How many times in your current career have you been asked to use calculus, algebra, trigonometry? Well, unless your profession requires you to use these types of mathematical disciplines on a regular basis, chances are you probably haven't seen a lot of them since you graduated high school. It would be more beneficial nowadays for our students in high school getting ready to graduate be introduced to math classes that would have a more practical applicability in life after graduation, such as a basic financial management course of some sort, rather than the math courses that they teach in the curriculum nowadays that, again, they may never even use again once they graduate. Good afternoon. My name is Mike Tarango. Today I want to share with you why I feel it's important that high schools should include a basic financial course and require students that are getting ready to graduate to take it prior to graduation, as opposed to focusing heavily on all those other math courses that we previously mentioned. Most people would agree that basic math skills are a fundamental tool set required in daily activities. Now, when we're talking about basic, we're talking about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, apart from that, how does an understanding of a more complex mathematical discipline, such as your calculus and your trigonometries, actually work into the equation of everyday life? Let's take a look now at a math class that would have a more prevalent application in the real world. Knowledge is power. Teaching students at an early age about financial responsibility should be a focus for our school systems to ensure that students are better prepared for life after graduation. When a lot of students graduate from high school, they either move on to college or some into the workforce. But a lot of them don't ever get the training or the information required to ensure that they have a financially set and financially responsible background. Unless they're taught this type of information at home, some of them don't even understand how credit cards work, how loans work, how to read a credit report, things of that nature. So they go off and they get into debt, they get all these types of loans, they get all these types of credit cards, not really realizing how all this is negatively impacting them, which will have other repercussions in the future. Now, if they were taught this type of information first off in high school right before they graduate, they may be a little more prepared and a little more hesitant to get those loans and get those credit cards, knowing how they can actually adversely affect them in the future. This type of information is going to be more beneficial to them in the real world as opposed to learning how x equals yz squared or things of that nature. It's just going to have a more practical usage once they graduate, knowing how these types of information work. A typical high student may be asking themselves, well, what do I really care about financial responsibility? So long as I have some money here and there, who cares if I'm in debt or even have a low credit score? Well, it's that mentality that we have to change in our young adults so that they don't fall prey to the repercussions that they may face of living a financially irresponsible lifestyle. Let's now discuss how learning a course early in adulthood will prepare them for the future. People typically believe that having a college degree is a guaranteed ticket to a great job. In some cases, depending on your discipline, this is possibly true. But nowadays, with the economy the way it is, employers are looking a lot more than just at your college credentials or even experience for that matter. All those loans and debts that you accrued throughout your years of going to college could hurt you in the long run if not taken care of properly. Again, as I stated before, when employers are looking at the total package, they're not just looking at your experience or your college education and everything like that. They actually do background checks and check your credit report just to see if you're actually financially stable. This, having a bad credit report and all those loans and not understanding how they negatively impacted you when you first got them, could keep you from landing one of those highly competitive jobs that are very few and far between nowadays. Credit reports and things of that nature don't only affect you in the job market. They will actually hurt you in the long run when you're looking to purchase a new home or even get another loan for that matter. The people that have better credit scores and credit reports and things of that nature typically get the better rates when it comes to home mortgages and other loans and things of that nature. But if you don't really understand how all of that works, then you'll never get to that point. Which is why it's best to learn at an early age how these things actually will impact you in the future, so that you're not trying to play catch up once you get to that point in your life. So as you can see, financial irresponsibility can lead to some adverse effects if you let it get out of control. We can combat this from ever occurring, however, if we have the right education at an early age. Let's now sum up what we've discussed today. The earlier we are exposed to information about financial responsibility will prove to be more beneficial than learning about math that we possibly will never ever use again. Understanding how irresponsible handling of one's finances may lead to adverse effects in the future may drive us to make better decisions. The key is having this information instilled in us at an early age before we ever make those mistakes. What better time to be exposed to that type of information than just before we are about to embark on the journey of adulthood, when this information will prove to be very vital. This is why I feel that the school systems should definitely consider implementing some sort of basic financial course for their students, and ensuring that it becomes a requirement for all students to take before they graduate. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.